Hello, everybody. How are you all today? I am doing wonderful. I have had a wonderful day. Actually, I've had a very gay day. I mean, that isn't happy, but we all kind of know. Not even gonna lie. um, so that's what I'm gonna talk about today is being gay, my coming out story, and all kinds of stuff. And I think you should listen because I hope it's entertaining. So my coming out story, I'm gonna kind of mix my coming out story with relationships. That way, it's a wider view of me today. There we go. That's a good way to say it. What's made me me? Because I'm very complicated. I'm not gonna lie, especially in relationships. So, in kindergarten, I remember one day I got picked on for being gay, and I had no idea what it meant. And I remember later that day, someone got picked on for being fat when they weren't fat. And so, in my mind, that was kind of sort of like, okay, someone called them fat, but they're not fat, so someone called me gay, so I'm not gay. And that was literally what my mind kind of stuck to all through elementary and middle school and high school. Well, not all the way through high school, trust me. That's a complicated area I'll tell you about, of course. So, all through middle school, I was elementary and middle school, I was picked on for being gay, and no one ever told me what gay really meant. I kind of knew, but no one was like, okay, this is what gay means. You know, honey, you're flaming. We gotta put you out. But anyways, no one told me that. Come on. So I always found men attractive, and I always thought girls were pretty. It was just one of those things no one talked about, and no one said, okay, gay is wrong, or, it's not wrong at all. But no one's like, this is what gay means. It's not normal, which it is normal, and if anyone ever tells you being gay is not normal, I will personally punch them, and I am actually stronger than I look. Not gonna lie. And, just the general, no one talked about it, so I didn't really talk about it. I didn't know completely what gay meant. I just know I always got picked on it for it. And I remember the first time I ever loved, and I can say love because it was my first love. First person I ever really noticed and took the apple of my eye, and her name was Bethany. And while let me breathe. So I finally worked up the nerve to ask her out right before the last day of elementary, and then we were going to go to middle school, and I wanted to have her as my girlfriend. Sorry, I'm out of water, so my throat's gonna be dry because I'm getting emotional. While we were dating, she died in a car wreck, and that took a toll on me. I remember after that I was afraid to date people because I thought I would kill them. It's really sad, actually. It's like a funny, sad thing all at once. And then I remember I met Shelby Reese, which is one of my friends. I love her. That's big girl to me. If I call her big girl by mistake, it's just by nature. So me and big girl dated and love her. She's freaking hilarious. And then I found out that she didn't die, and so that she was kind of my cure. And I don't want to say that I dated her because I wanted to find out if I would kill other people, but at the same time she was new. I know, this is so horrible. I've told her this story before. She thought it was horrible but funny. I kind of did date her because I wanted to find out, and I was like, she's new and no one else has grew attached to her. And the last person that, everyone loved and misses died, and so I was like, okay, I can't do that to people. I mean, I couldn't handle it myself, but I saw what it did to other people, and that hurt me even more. And so I was like, okay. So I dated her, and she didn't die, and so therefore my relationships kind of picked back up, but was no longer the same. And I do believe if Bethany wouldn't have passed away, especially while we were dating, I probably would be less gay. And if me and her were to continue dating, I probably wouldn't have come out. I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't be who I was if she didn't. And you know, I miss her and I love her so much, but at the same time, she was meant to go, and it was meant to develop me into who I am. And I don't want to say I'm thankful, because I would give anything for her to be back here, but you know, at the same time, I am kind of thankful that she helped me develop who I am, and she doesn't even know it. Well, she knows it. She's looking down. I just know it. And so after that, you know, I somewhat had normal relationships through the rest of middle school. Not really, but that was like 8th grade. I started dating again, and then 9th grade I didn't really date, and I moved to Arkansas, where I met a lesbian. And I found out, you know, I learned and I asked questions, and then one day she asked me just a simple question, and I will never forget it, because that's the first moment it clicked for me. She asked, you know, are you gay? And believe it or not, I had been picked on for, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. But if someone would have just put R in the front of that, are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Instead of you're gay. Well, I guess that R is at the end of you. They could put that in the front. You know, it would have clicked a long time ago. But, you know, she asked, and I thought about it, and I realized I might be bisexual, because I do find men attractive, and I think girls are pretty. And I remember I went to school and told my best friend, and I was like, don't love me any less, because I love me even more. And I told her, and she laughed at me, and she looked at me with the most serious face and said, is that it? That's all you're coming out? You're not gay yet? And I was amazed. I didn't even realize everyone knew. And, you know, I moved back to Texas and told people, and I had my first boyfriend, which was a train wreck. I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't. The situation we were put in during, ending, and after was a train wreck. And I wish him the best. And, you know, nothing bad about him. And then I've had other boyfriends. I can't say. Well, I can say I've loved more than I've loved men. I haven't found the one, obviously, but maybe one day I will. I hope he's out there, and everyone's like, there's a one out there for you. Honey, look at this. This is the most complicated thing you will ever see. Just my mind on its own is enough to complicate everything, and then there's the rest of me, and if it's not one day I want to dress like this, it's the next day I want to do this, and it's just, I'm a mess, and I feel sorry for any future husband. That's far away, by the way. Future husband is way away. I don't plan on getting married for a while, because I haven't even met the person I want to be with forever. Forever's a long motherfucking time. But that's my story, and I would love to hear about your stories. And before I go, I want to say to you all is that I hate cussing, but if anyone ever says that you're anything less than you should be, of who you are, if they say anything bad about you at all, if they try to put you down, if they tell you you're not the best, you know what I have to say to it? Fuck you. I've had death threats in my life, and I realize that It's not easy. It is a struggle being me every day, getting up, and I have to worry about everything in my life. But you know what? I am absolutely happy with who I am, and you should be absolutely happy with you. And if you're not happy with you, there's one person standing in between who you can be, and that is you. And I want you to find who you want to be, like I have found who I am and who I want to be for the rest of my life. I might change my mind later and be something totally different, but for now, this is exactly who I want to be, in the exact spot I want to be. And I love you. I don't know who's watching this at this point in time, but I do. I love you, and I hope you can be everything you want to be now and forever. So, X's and O's. Love you all so much. Thank you for watching. What's the dealio?